A brief history of Mexico. Mexico is one of the most vibrant and culturally distinctive nations in the world. Known for its rich traditions, breathtaking landscapes, cuisine, and warm people, it consistently ranks among the top 10 most visited countries each year. Yet, behind this modern identity lies centuries of political, social, and cultural transformation, often turbulent, but crucial in shaping the Mexico we know today. The earliest humans arrived in what is now Mexico between 26,000 and 19,000 years ago, crossing the Bering Land Bridge from Asia. By 11,000 years ago, rising sea levels had cut off the Americas, leaving its peoples to develop unique civilizations. In Mesoamerica, fertile lands allowed farming and permanent settlements to flourish around 2000 BC. The first great civilization was the Olmec, famous for their colossal stone heads and cultural innovations that laid the foundation for future societies. By 300 BC, their decline gave way to Teotihuacan, the first great metropolis of Mesoamerica. Its massive pyramids of the sun and moon became iconic structures, influencing generations of builders. At the same time, the Maya rose in the Yucatan, creating monumental temples, a written language, and advanced systems in astronomy and mathematics. However, by the 9th century, internal rivalries and possible climate shifts led to widespread collapse. From this chaos emerged the Toltec, whose power spread across Mesoamerica, and later the Aztecs, who left the final and most recognizable mark on pre-Hispanic Mexico. Their capital, Tenochtitlan, founded in 1325, was a breathtaking city of stone temples, canals, and pyramids, home to more than 200,000 people. Through conquest and tribute, the Aztec Empire grew wealthy and powerful, ruling millions. Everything changed in 1519, when Spanish conquistador Hernán Cortés landed with just 500 men. Aided by rival tribes oppressed by Aztec rule, the Spanish marched on Tenochtitlan. After fierce battles, disease outbreaks, and betrayal, the city fell in 1521. The last Aztec emperor, Moctezuma II, was killed, and Tenochtitlan was rebuilt as Mexico City, the capital of New Spain. Under Spanish rule, Catholic missionaries spread Christianity, forced labor was imposed, and native traditions were suppressed. Yet indigenous culture endured, blending with European influences to form Mexico's unique identity. While central Mexico quickly fell under Spanish control, some regions, like the Maya territories in the south, resisted for decades. European diseases like smallpox devastated native populations far more than Spanish weapons ever could. Within months of first contact, millions perished, lacking immunity to these highly contagious illnesses. In northern Mexico, semi-nomadic tribes fiercely resisted Spanish incursions during the Chichimeca War of the 16th century. Peace eventually allowed the opening of vast silver mines in Zacatecas and Guanajuato, making silver the backbone of New Spain's economy and a cornerstone of the wider Spanish Empire. The riches of the New World drew countless Spaniards across the Atlantic. Plantations producing tobacco and sugar relied on the encomienda system, forcing natives into labor. With many dying from disease, enslaved Africans were imported, laying the foundations of the transatlantic slave trade. This diverse population gave rise to a strict caste system. Peninsulars, Spanish-born elites, at the top, followed by criollos, Spaniards born in the Americas, mestizos of mixed heritage, and finally, indigenous peoples. As a viceroyalty, New Spain stretched from Costa Rica to the present-day U.S. Southwest, with cities like Los Angeles, San Antonio, and San Francisco founded during Spanish rule. But power remained in the hands of the peninsulars, fueling resentment among criollos and mestizos. By the early 19th century, revolutionary ideas inspired by the U.S. and France reached New Spain. Napoleon's 1808 invasion of Spain created a power vacuum. In 1810, Father Miguel Hidalgo launched the War of Independence, which raged for 11 years. Unity finally came in 1821 under Agustin de Iturbide and Vicente Guerrero, establishing an independent Mexican empire. The empire quickly collapsed, replaced by the First Mexican Republic in 1823. Yet political turmoil persisted. Antonio López de Santa Anna rose to power, and disputes over Texas led to its secession and later annexation by the United States. The Mexican-American War, 1846 to 1848, was disastrous. Mexico lost nearly half its territory from California to Texas in the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo. In 1876, Porfirio Diaz seized power, ushering in the Porfiriato, a dictatorship that modernized Mexico with railways, schools, and foreign investment, but suppressed opposition. His rule brought stability, but inequality fueled unrest. By 1910, Diaz's refusal to step down sparked the Mexican Revolution, a decade-long conflict led by figures like Francisco Madero, Pancho Villa, and Emiliano Zapata. After years of bloodshed, stability only returned in the 1920s. In 1929, the Institutional Revolutionary Party, PRI, was founded, dominating politics for decades. The period saw modernization, clashes with the Catholic Church in the Cristero War, and later, rapid industrial growth known as the Mexican Miracle, 1940s, 70s. By the 1980s, economic crises and the 1985 Mexico City earthquake weakened the PRI's grip. New political movements emerged, and Mexico began integrating economically with the U.S. and Canada through trade agreements like NAFTA. Today, Mexico faces challenges such as the ongoing drug war, but its people remain resilient. From the great civilizations of Mesoamerica to Spanish conquest, independence, revolution, and modernization, Mexico's history is one of struggle and transformation. Through it all, its culture, vibrant, diverse, and celebratory, remains its greatest strength.